So what you'll need to hang your painting is you'll need this picture hanging wire. You can get it from Bunnings. I will put it in the description below exactly the brand and what size it is. You'll need a nail. You'll need two screw eyes, and I'll put that in the description. You need a wire cutter so you can cut the wire. It's good to get a good brand just so that it lasts a long time. A pencil, I'm sure you have a pencil. And then we've got this like little tiny craft hammer. I got all this from Bunnings. And then this is just a cute little container I keep all my screws in. I got it from Spotlight. I just wanted to show you because it's so cute. Okay, that's just me. And then, oh, we don't need the remote. And then we just need a ruler and your painting. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to get your ruler and turn your painting over and just measure the painting from end to end. So I'm measuring it and it's saying about almost 30 centimeters. And so what I like to do is I go, okay, what's 30 divided by 2, like exactly in half? So that's 15. And we don't want to put the screw here because it's right in the middle of the painting. It's too low down. So I like to do it about like a quarter away. Like if you go 30 divided by 4, then you can do it the first quarter. But I think what I'll do, because it's 7.5, but if I put it here, these are in the way. So I'm just going to move it down a bit. As long as it's not at midway, that's the main thing. It's more like the first quarter. So if that's 15, that's halfway. I reckon I could get away with 10 centimeters. So I'm just going to put a little line there. So then what you'll do is you'll measure that on the other side of the canvas too, 10 centimeters. So that's where I've done the mark, but I really need it on the inside here because this is where we're going to hammer a hole. So I'm just going to draw a line. And then I just make a little dot in the very middle of that line. So, and you just do the same to the other side. So now I've just turned the painting around and I've just measured another 10 centimeters coming down here. And then now I'm just going to draw a line in there and the dot in the middle. And that's where we'll be hammering our nail into here. So now you'll just need your nail, and the screw in a minute. So all I'm going to do is hammer a little bit of a hole in here. And the reason why is just so that when we try to screw this into the hole, it's a bit easier to screw it in. Because if you try and do it right now without any kind of indent in the wood, it's going to be really hard to do. So that's the only reason why I do it. It's just you can make like you can put the hole like just tap it in a few taps. So I can try and do it with the video rolling. I recommend getting someone to hold the canvas for you. See, I've got no one home today, so I can't. I have to do it all by myself. So you just get it and then okay, now I can probably let go. See, it's kind of just sitting in there. So I'm just going to hammer it a little bit more. Oh, okay. Yes, I don't care if you laugh. Oh no, now it's stuck. Okay, yeah. Oh, there we go. There it is. All right. Also, make sure that your painting is dry. You don't want to be putting this on the table and it's still wet, especially with oil paint. I can feel that that's in there a little bit. Now I'm going to do the other side. Okay, mission accomplished. So now we just have two little holes, not in very, very deep, but just enough so that we can get the this little guy in there and it's easier to screw it in. Okay, so you just put push it in the hole, and then you just start literally screwing it in until there's no more of that screw hanging out. It's just that top part. So once you start twisting and turning it, you'll start to feel it getting really nice and tight in there, and it's going to be a little bit harder to twist it, but you just keep going, keep going. Okay, so that's done. So when you finish screwing it, screw it so that it's flat and it's not facing that way. It has to be facing flat like this, and see how it's all in there and there's just that top part left. So it's that, you know, like the metal screw, how it goes like in a spiral around, that spirally part has to go all the way in. And then that's that. So now I just got to do the other side. I'm just twisting the other side in, and don't worry if you hear the wood like kind of sounds like it's crackling or anything. It doesn't matter. As long as you try to keep it kind of like straight, like this, it's going down, not like on an angle. And just keep twisting. It's going to get a little bit harder, but you're almost there. There we go. I'm not going to twist it any more than that. Okay, and now we just have to attach the wire. So I was about to show you how to put the wire on, but then I realized that there's this annoying plastic that you probably are aware of was sitting underneath the staples, and it held like that little plastic packet with the little wooden brackets in there. So I always struggle to pull that plastic out, and I was just like, no, I can't get it out. But then I thought, no, I'll try. And then I was going to get scissors, but then I thought, oh, why don't I try this? And it actually works. So I'll just show you. I just kind of just grabbed it and just pulled it, and it came out. So thank goodness for that, because I don't want to have plastic sticking out there. Okay, you've made it to the end. So now we just have to attach the wire. So what I like to do is I put my thumb here and pretend like that's where it's hanging on the wall. You don't want the wire all the way up here. You want it further down, so like about there maybe, and also it has to be obviously in the middle. So I just kind of eyeball it and go, yeah, that looks like the middle. And then see where this screw is. You want at least like an inch, or you can put more if you're worried, just on either side, because you're going to be toiling that up the wire. So first you just put your thumb there and make sure that there's extra wire on the other side of the eyelet screw, and same on the other side. So if we put it there, we see that there's some here. Okay, now we've done that. Now keep your thumb there. Now we just have to feed it through the hole. So I like to feed it under like that, and then same on the other side. You can actually let go of the top because we can fiddle with it later. So just get the wire and feed it through, going up towards you. Well, what I just did there was I just bent the wire a little bit coming up, so it's easier to like feed it up. Okay, and then you just pull it through, and then now we have our wire, see? And now you can kind of position the wire and pull it back and forth. So see if I pull it, you don't want like a little bit on that side and like a bazillion amount of wire on this side. So we're just going to like make it even and make sure that's your middle. And then now this is the fun part, so I'll just move it. So once you think you've got the right amount on each side, then you just get it and just pinch it. So it's kind of like hugging that little eyelet screw. And then you're just going to wrap it around, going up, all the way up. So sometimes I like to actually have less than this, because you have to keep wrapping it all the way up here. So now I'm just going to wrap it. I'm probably not going to talk because I'm going to be concentrating, but I'll just show you. It's pretty easy. Obviously the first one that you wrap around should be as snug to this as you can. And then you're just twirling it around. So I'll just show you what it's looking like so far. So you're just twirling it in a circle around. Cool. So that's one side done. So I'll just show you. So that's pretty easy. And then now we're just going to do the other side. So what I'll do is I'll just get that and pull it back up to where it's meant to be pretending to be hanging. I just remembered you can actually measure it going across and then make a little pencil mark where the exact middle is so that you can, you know, have it hanging right in the middle, which I can do right now. I don't think it's too late. So if I just measure it, it's about 40 centimeters. So we'll just put a little mark here, and that's exactly in the middle. So now you know where to kind of keep your thumb. It's going to be about there. And you can kind of like bend the wire so you kind of see, oh yeah, that's the middle, because you've kind of bent it into like a little triangle. So that's that. And then now we're doing the other side, and then we're just going to wrap the wire around. I actually love doing this. Like, it's so fun to, like, when you finish the painting and then you make the wire, like, it just feels nice to be able to make everything yourself. It's satisfying. Okay. Make sure you sign your painting. You can date it, sign it, make up a name for the painting. And I've got this as number 5, which means it's the 5th oil painting I've done. I also like to write copyright, but you don't need to, but I still like to write a little, see? And then that's it. Just be careful that the this picture wire doesn't like hurt you and make you bleed, because it's like kind of sharp on those edges just there. So what you can do is you can use this to kind of like gently just press it down so it isn't dangerous. Obviously you don't want to cut the wire. If you're game enough, you can just like play with it with your fingers, but as long as you're not letting it poke you. It's a little bit sharp. Okay, and then that is done. Now you have your wire ready to hang on the wall. Actually, one more step, which I learnt because I got a few of my oil paintings framed, and what he did on the back, I'll just show you, is he put these little foam stoppers, and they're quite small, and I actually have to look. I've looked at Officeworks, but I can't really find them yet. They're probably at Bunnings, but that just stops it, the painting from hitting the wall, and when the customer hangs it up on their wall, it kind of like makes it more level, you know what I mean? So it's the canvas isn't on an angle like leaning onto the wall, so you would just put them in the corners. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I made sense. I'm sorry it was a little bit awkward. I don't have like the camera on a bird's eye view yet because I've only got like this little tiny tripod. But I hope that it helped you, and keep painting. Alright, see you later.